All right, here we go, everybody. Yes, that's right. It is the Synergent Connect 2026 conference here in downtown Portland, Maine. We are at the Eastland, the Westin Eastland, which is kind of weird. The Eastland Hotel. I am your host, Jonathan Taylor, with the CU Spotlight, and with me, as always, is my illustrious co-host,
Shirley Sin. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And my goodness, we are at day one here of the conference, and we are winding down. We're towards the witching hour. I was just told very clearly not to have this go into the next piece of this because there will be drinks involved. So we don't want to get in the way of that. Oh, shout out to Synergent, by the way, for the sponsorship, right? For making this whole thing happen today. Really appreciate it. And there. Okay. So with us, we have two lovely ladies as part of the Synergent crew. Speaking of our sponsors here, we have Mallory Farrell and we have Stacy Rumery with Synergent. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And Mallory, you are VP of Client Success.
Correct.
And Stacy, sorry, your new role?
My new role is Client Success Manager.
Lovely. Well, and you're brand new.
Yes, I am.
1 month, 2 months, almost two.
Just about 2 months.
Great. What did you do prior to this?
Prior to this, I actually worked at Systems Engineering.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
Okay. I still have the mouse pad that I got when I was at the Maine Credit Union League Insurance Trust.
Yeah.
It's one of my mouse pads. I still want to call, but they won't help me anymore because we're not a client anymore, but that's really cool. Yeah. And they're doing a lot of the sponsorship here.
They are.
They're doing all the fun stuff.
Yes. Big lobster bake tomorrow night.
Yeah. 2 nights in a row. I was like, they're either getting overpaid or they just love you guys or both. I mean, I'm not sure, but
they're trying to get Stacy back.
Oh, is it? That's what it is. Okay, guys, here's what we got to do. Lobster. She loves lobster. I love that. So fun. So how's the conference going so far?
So far, so good. We're seeing many, many clients. This is our biggest turnout to yet. This is our 9th year doing the Connect conference and our largest attendance. So it's going really well.
That's great. That's great. In 55 years.
Wild.
Yeah. That's just insane. When I heard that number, I was like, oh my God, it's such a staple. And I mean, when you think about the QSO movement itself, I mean, it technically started with the Maine Credit Union League Insurance Trust, but they hadn't thought of the name yet. And then it was it Valera, right? Was, I think, the first technical, but I mean, Synergent was not far after that because I think Valera was like 78 or something like that. And I can't do math. So close to that. Right. So it's just wild. And it's really cool to see how far you guys have come, but how far you've expanded even since, I left the trust in 18. And so to see, how far you guys have grown. I mean, I'm seeing Synergent at a bunch of conferences that I'm like, what? You guys are here? That's so cool. So,
In 18, were we moving across the country at that time, JT? Yes. Yeah. So our furthest client is out in Eureka, California, Compass Credit Union. And then we have them in Georgia, Mississippi, Vermont. I mean, we're literally everywhere. Chicago. So
we just had a CEO of a credit union come up and say, I would like to get on the podcast and brag about Synergent.
Oh, I love it.
Because, and she's in Georgia.
Valdosta.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So we just scheduled her and I was like, you don't have any dirt, like nothing really good, like really juicy. Can we dive in? Because, controversy sells, right? It just does. She's like, sorry to disappoint you. I got nothing but love. Yeah. So that's cool. That's really, really cool. So talk about in your role. So you guys are a team.
We're a team.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so talk about your roles in the movement, how you partner with these credit unions, and really, what are you seeing as you're out there? Because you're boots on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. So our role is really, I joke, right? But we are out there to make sure credit unions are happy.
Yeah.
And they have to be happy with our services, but it's not just the services, it's the experience that they're receiving from Synergent and from my team. So we have a few CSMs. They each have a portfolio of about 20 credit unions, and they travel just to ensure happiness. We talk strategy, we talk problems, we talk products. And from there is where we just continue to build our relationships. And actually, I stopped using the word relationship. We're partners.
Sure.
We want to be partners.
100%.
So.
I mean, for some of these credit unions, it's almost family.
Yes.
At this point.
Oh, yes. You see all the hugs happening today. Like, it's,
100%.
you don't just walk in and not get a hug from someone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's great.
Close.
What are you seeing? Like, what's trending right now? What are some of the ways that either you're hearing those pain points from the credit unions or those passion points where they're excited to try something new? What have been some of the things that you've really been working on?
Sure. So one big initiative for us right now is cost, right? Everyone's trying to get costs down. And so myself and my team, we're doing a lot of invoice reviews to see what they're actually using as products or what they're not. But as we all know, the USPS, the postage stamps just keep going up, right? So right now we have an initiative to help credit unions move over to electronic notices, statements, and all of that for their members. So I just worked with one of our very close credit unions, KSW, and we're saving them over $4,000 a month just by offering a new product.
K-Dubs.
Yeah.
They're one of my favorites from my neck of the woods. I grew up in Winslow. So.
Yes, yeah.
I was telling Shirley, because we met some of the folks last night, and I was explaining to her how they were they're the Hutamaki credit union, which is China plates, right? So I was like, they would always bring a case of China plates to the silent auction at anywhere they would go, and everybody would say, like, those are good plates. Yeah, those, you can wash those. Reuse them again. Those are good plates. And now you look at how much. I just bought a little thing of China's the other day, and it was like $28. I'm like, good Lord. So Julie said that they're more difficult to get now. Yeah. Maybe the relationship isn't as tight as it once was, but that's real money, and that's important. I mean, every little bit helps these days when it comes to credit unions being able to survive and thrive, right?
Yes.
You were using the term partner, which I think is extremely important because I know we have this contention of vendor and partner. For you, what do you see as the difference between being a vendor and a partner?
It's trust. And that's an easy answer for sure. Trust. When they trust you, that's when that partnership really starts to develop. And I find that the newer credit unions that we're starting to work with, there's one of two ways you can trust someone. You trust from the beginning because you have no reason not to, or I have to build your trust. And with credit unions, we have to build it. And it's when we hit that mark of trust, we realize this is now a true partnership. So for our newer clients, obviously, we try to hit that right from the ground running. But some of them take work. They have tougher conversions or they have tougher products and services for us to learn. And by taking the time, my team digs into everything they have, what they're doing, what their strategy is going to be. And then you build that trust. It becomes partnership.
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the things that I know you mentioned before we got on the podcast earlier was how you guys also help with mergers.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, that's one of those things where it's like, we always hate to see a credit union go. They don't always merge for bad reasons. A lot of times it's, a partnership of strength. I think Bright Bridge is a great example of that, right?
Yes.
You guys just helped them. I saw the announcement yesterday, I think, where they were like, we finally connected. We're finally on. Like, and I would always say when somebody would go, oh, we're merged. I'm like, which part are you merged? Are you merged with the marketing or are you merged with the core? Because that's when the merge, and usually they're like a year behind each other, right? There's like the merge and then there's the merge.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, they'll go at the beginning of a merge or announce a merger. Your financials come together.
Sure.
That's just a part.
Sure.
And then once you're doing the core conversion, like as you mentioned, Bright Bridge, they just merged with Aura.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful experience. They had a very smooth transition.
Great.
We've done many mergers with them before, and that's where that partnership really comes in because it's trusting that we're going to get that done for them. It's their growth strategy.
Well, it's, and shout out to John Howard and his team. And, it's been really fun to watch them grow. And, mergers are part of the strategy there. But, I think that certainly we've seen a ton of mergers in the credit unions. I think it was when I started, there was 128 credit unions in Maine. And now there's...
a little over 70. Maybe,
okay. All right.
maybe.
I was thinking maybe even a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
But just, it's an important part. And, it's great to hear that there's a trusted QSO partner, that it's like another benefit, right, of partnering with you guys beyond just the product. It's, hey, and especially now, was Aura a client as well?
They were not.
Okay. So
No,
that's
it was an add to.
So that's an extra level of complication. So
Yes.
it's great to hear that you guys are able to support in that way. Did you learn anything interesting or new in the process?
Well, we learn every day.
Sure,
Let's be
of
real.
course.
But for me, myself, as my role in mergers, it's really important to make sure that we're going through each of the credit union's vendors, who they're using, what products are you actually looking to merge together. The payment space is very big right now, so not missing anything in that realm. So John and Steve and the whole team are always teaching us new things with their mergers. So
That's great. That's great. How is this conference different from last year? What's been the vibe? What's been the feel? Like, has there been any insights, any aha moments that have come out so far?
Well, we have Stacy at this conference.
Of course.
I was just about to say that. I'm here.
I need to stop asking stupid questions. Is really what this is.
But to really answer your question, we're under new leadership, of course. So Tyler at the helm is really is taking us in a really great direction.
Sure.
And I think that the overall level of feeling at this conference is more upbeat, more family, if you will, and it's going very well.
I was so happy when I saw that he got the role because, we were road dogs together.
Yes.
We were problem solvers together. I mean, there was many a credit union where it was like, okay, we're launching Seaboard. And so I'm going to do this piece. And then JT, if you could do the visual gap piece, that'd be great, And so it was really neat. And of course he left, right? And I was like, okay. And I'm like, but that's, good for him, but kind of sad. And then he came back and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then he got promoted. Yeah. And it's just awesome to see him. He did a great job with his speech today.
He did.
Great messaging. That seems to be kind of a pattern with folks that they might go to a credit union for a little bit, but then they're coming back. I mean, Jim Barry, right? Great example.
We call them boomerang employees because you can go out, but you're always going to come back.
Sure.
And that just really speaks to the culture at Synergent. And I think Tyler's really doing a great job of getting us back to what the culture expectations are and really should be. We should need to take care of our people.
I love that.
Stacy, I wanted to ask a little bit. I mean, you just made this flip over to Synergent. What is the differences and when you were at systems engineering and now coming to Synergent in terms of working with the credit unions and clients?
Yeah, that's a good question. So in my previous job, I was always working with clients, but with Synergent, I actually get to create that relationship and that trust and that, like Mallory said, that family feeling. So I'm super excited to dive deeper and get to know my credit unions.
Love that.
Are you just supporting like the Jack Henry and Scimitar, or are you supporting all the services, the marketing, the check, everything you guys are doing?
Yeah, the CSM team supports all services that Synergent offers. So we boast all services under one roof. And so that means the CSMs need to know it all from core, checks, cards, marketing, all payment items. So yeah, they work very hard to really know the product inside and out to be able to help our credit unions.
It's such an important part of the business because not only are you guys helping to provide the promise of whatever they just bought, but you're also like finger on the pulse from a relationship standpoint to really listen, right? And to uncover and identify those opportunities or just those pain points where you guys can go, oh my God, we can help with that, right? Yeah. I think there was a story that was, shared in there today about that exact same thing. So it's a fun role. You guys are in a great spot.
Oh, it's a very fun role. Yeah. And not only are we out there for credit unions and, these are our products, these are our services, but we like to celebrate things as well, right? So we do baby showers, we do weddings, we'll be everywhere. We'll work our grill for you at your member appreciation because that's what we do. So, and I think those are the fun parts of the job. I mean, it's all fun, but being able to do those things that are, not always business related.
Sure.
Synergy.
Yes, it is synergy.
100%. Well, and you guys have a lot of really good employee benefits. Just thinking back to that, we would draft off of, right? It was like the ice cream truck's here, everybody. Let's go out, let's do it. I mean, you guys would have some fun.
Yeah,
different food trucks, and it's like, the culture is just so cool. Really, really cool. For the listeners, if they wanted to learn more, if they wanted to reach out, where would they go?
Sure. We always direct them to their CSM.
Sure.
So it's any of our first initial last name at synergentcorp.com. You just call. We actually still have a live person answering the phone, which you don't get in a lot of businesses these days. So if you just call and ask the front desk to direct you to a CSM or to anyone in Synergent, you'll get their direct line. And we have a pickup by the third ring rule. Or we call you back in 20 minutes. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have the big screen downstairs when you're walking up that has the uptime and the response rates and all that stuff?
Yes, I call it the bubble. They're still watching in the bubble. We watch the weather, we watch the uptimes, we watch it all.
See, it always reminded me of like a scene from one of the James Bond movies, where you're like, okay, I've got to plant a bomb there. I've got to do this. I got to go over here. I always thought it was so cool. Yeah. So love it. Well, it's wonderful to have you guys on. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for doing the work you're doing. I mean, it's just really, really important. I think you guys really speak to the potential of the power of CUSOs, which is such an important thing. And of course, that movement has grown exponentially, but it's just really nice to see, even though you guys have grown considerably, you're still Synergent. You know what I mean? There's no line in the sand from an asset standpoint. You guys are here for your credit union owners and your credit union clients. And it's lovely to see where things are at right now and where they're going.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And folks, we say this on every single one, but we all struggle from the same thing in this space, which is a crisis of awareness. So if you're thinking of somebody right now, I can feel it, I can tell, share it out. We need to keep these stories going. And thank you for coming along on this wonderful journey here at the Synergent Connect Conference 2026. Shout out to Synergent for sponsoring the event. Thank you, Steve. And we will see you on the next one, folks. Until next time, Jonathan Taylor, JT.
Shirley Sin, over and out.
And you are in the CU Spotlight. We'll see you next time. Take care.